I am sure we've probably all heard the expression, I am second to none. But do you really think that statement applies to you? You know what? Actually, don't even answer that question. I want you to wait and answer that question at the end of the video. That way we can go through some talking points to see if we actually really believe that statement. Talking points such as, do you believe in your own capabilities? Because this is the problem. We will tell ourselves all day long that we're capable of doing X, Y, and Z, but if that belief system is not there and that belief system is not intact, that is the exact reason why you're stuck where you are. That was the exact reason why I was stuck in my life. It's that belief system that deep down has you feeling like you're inferior to everybody that is around you. So again, you're telling yourself, you're telling yourself that you're capable of doing everything that it is that you're wanting to do. But honestly, baby, all you're doing is wasting good breath. You should desperately want to change your belief system when it comes to how you view yourself. When you actually repair that belief system, I'm telling you, it's just like the title says, baby, you will realize that you have been the jackpot the entire time. You are the grand prize. Years you've spent investing into others and supporting their cause and moving them forward in their life. Why have you not fueled yourself the exact same way? What is blocking you from unleashing that full potential that you have within yourself? It is time that you place a max bet on yourself, because honestly, what do you really have to lose? Welcome. Let me stop acting like a big kid. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. If you have seen my community post, I try to keep you guys updated. I did miss a video last Friday because my granny passed away, but I'm in good spirits. That lady gave me so much strength and wisdom, and I got to do this one for her. Like I said, that is why I missed last week, but we are into a whole nother week. I'm feeling great. My spirits are really in a good place, and that's why I'm able to turn this camera on today and give you a video about placing all the bets on yourself. As always, if you are interested in the style content, the makeup, the beauty, the hair, the glam, all of that good stuff, you can follow me on my short form platforms, Pinterest, Instagram, and TikTok, because you know, here on YouTube, baby. No, but seriously, we're keeping it all about the conversation, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, obviously, the largest mountain that you are going to have to climb over in this process is clearing that mountain called doubt and fear. Honestly, this is the hardest obstacle that you will come across. It's the hardest one, but I guarantee you, once you conquer it, everything else just becomes easier. The choices that you have to make in your life become easier, but also the obstacles that you have to face become easier as well. In a nutshell, it's the self-doubt and the fear that cause you to live that life of regret, but it is moments like this where it is imperative that you change your perspective. So here's an example. We got one scenario, two different perspectives, and we'll keep it simple. Starting a YouTube channel. I regret not starting a YouTube channel. Things could have been totally different. I regret not starting a YouTube channel sooner, but it's okay because now things in my life are finally changing. You have one regret that's final. You're cutting yourself off. You're not even giving yourself a chance to make a change. Whereas the other regret, you turned it into a potential. Do y'all see how simple that one little change in perspective was? And honestly, if you keep doing that over and over again, you'll realize how much of your life will change. You'll start weeding out that self-doubt and the fear just will become non-existent. Let us make a note right here that this is a perfect time to try to figure out some of the fears and doubts that you're actually suffering from. If you can pinpoint what's triggering those doubts and fears, you can work to surpass it. So some of the examples that I wrote down are perfectionism, fear of judgment, past failure, hindrance, fear of uncertainty, imposter syndrome. That is a big one for a lot of us. Fear of failure, comparison, and self-doubt. Now, most of us usually do suffer from a combination of these different doubts and fears, but usually there are like one or two that have a little bit more hold over you than the other ones do. I definitely realized that I had struggles with perfectionism and fear of judgment. Those were two big fears and doubts that just really I was suffocating. Perfectionism is what held me back from launching my channel in 2020. It took me 2 years to overcome it. And even when I did finally launch my channel, of course, I still found myself trying to be perfect, trying to make sure I had everything perfectly placed. And I was huge on aesthetics starting off because, again, I just wanted that visual of perfectionism. I wanted people to see my content and be like, oh my gosh, everything is perfect. It was a struggle. But even though I was still fighting to try to have perfectionism in all my content, at least I wasn't allowing it to hinder me from not starting at all. Like during this time, my channel was live. I finally had launched it and I was doing, you know, my videos in the process of everything. And I was like, okay, well, I got to find peace somewhere. So let's find peace in the fact that at least it's live and I'm not stopping myself from trying to have perfectionism before like I did previously. I hope that makes sense because I really just rambled that off and y'all know what I'm trying to say. I guess the same thing can be said when it came to a fear of judgment. I held myself back. I never put myself out there because I was so afraid of people judging me. And you know, it's easy to say, oh, well, it's just random people. You never have to talk to these people. You never have to see them in person. It's easy to say that, but I've told you guys, even with putting myself out there on YouTube and my other short form platforms, you are literally putting yourself out there to the wolves. Like there might be a good day where nobody bothers you and everybody's on your side, but then there might be a day that you are just getting attacked because somebody might not care for you. You can't hold yourself back in your own life just because somebody else might have a certain opinion about you. I'm gonna tell you like I told my kids, which was what my mother told me, everybody has opinions just like everybody has a you know what hole, and it just is what it is. Y'all, I'm sure y'all have heard the old saying, okay? Once you feel like you have these doubts and fears under control and they are no longer hijacking your life, it's all about cultivating patience while you nurture your potential. When it comes to betting on yourself has everything to do with investing in your potential. Your potential has to be nurtured because potential is something that happens in the future. So if you invest the necessary time into nurturing your potential, in turn, the future version of yourself, you gain this unwavering faith in your capabilities, in your strengths, in all of which that you are able to perform. Self-doubt essentially becomes non-existent again because you've spent valuable time building yourself up in all of these areas. So you have a certain confidence that's there now that you did not have before. So for example, and most of you guys probably already know that I started off as a beauty, hair, like glam girl when I very first got started with my YouTube and with my short form. End of 2022, I started doing a lot of wig deals into January of 2023. I made it a mission at the beginning of 2023 in January that by the end of 2023 I wanted to be able to lay a lace front. Now I know some of you guys are like, why? Laying a lace front is definitely a skill, okay? It's a skill. I told myself I wanted to be able to do a salon grade lace install by the end of 2023. The wigs that I started getting in January, February, they were like 5x5s and 4x4. So it was easy to just spray those down, melt them, no biggie. February, I got a collab with a very well-known hair brand and they sent me a 13x6 lace front unit. And I was like, oh my gosh, let me go to YouTube University. Let me watch some videos because I am going to learn how to do this. It was not great, but it wasn't bad. So anyway, long story short, all of 2023, I started getting more wig deals for 13x6s, 13x4s, 7x7s. I think I had a 7x7 one time. So I started getting more wigs that gave me that ability to practice. In, I want to say late October or November, I did a brand deal with Maven Hair. I don't know if you guys have seen me on one of their ads a little bit previously in the year. I conquered that skill. So I spent 9-10 months heavily invested into nurturing this skill. So basically I'm telling you that story because it can be something so simple as I want to install a lace front wig and I want to be able to do it like a pro. Something so simple, but if you invest time and energy and efforts into nurturing that skill, the potential down the line, I was able to do that. And now that is a skill that I can pull out of my back pocket at any given time if I want to do a collab. When you exercise just a little bit of patience in your personal development, success is way more likely because you did not rush it. Last week, I posted a vision board video, and in that vision board video, I talked about the reasons why it's important to make what I call a foundation vision board. So basically, when I say foundation vision board, I described it as your way of transitioning into the person that you want to become, but initially putting more focus on the things that are in your control and only putting a small amount of focus on the things that are outside of your control. The whole reason I'm telling you this is because I want you to understand that you have to learn to move away from a mismatched belief mindset. A mismatched belief, obviously, we're putting things on these vision boards, but subconsciously, deep down, you're telling yourself that you're not capable of getting it. So again, we have to shift away from the mismatched belief. So I said all that to say, manifesting requires a belief, but realizing you are the jackpot also requires a high level of belief in your own capabilities. You cannot allow this type of mindset to rob you of the life that you desire. And I'm not even talking about the person who's just desiring to acquire all kind of material things. I'm talking about the person who just simply desires to have a happy and peaceful life. You cannot let this type of mindset, that mismatched belief, you cannot let that, anyway, you cannot allow that mindset to rob you of your happiness and steal that peace of mind that you are trying to build for yourself. So I'm gonna wrap this video up by saying, always continue to grow. So it is a must that you continue sharpening those skills. That way you can have the same kind of confidence and you can have and keep that unwavering faith in your abilities. Personally, I don't like wearing wigs anymore. I like to have my sew-ins, or like right now, I'm wearing my clip-ins. This is just a part of the look in this season of life that I enjoy. But that doesn't mean that from time to time, I won't still get a wig collab or take a wig collab just so I can continue to sharpen that skill set. Because honestly, at any given moment, I can pull that skill out. And if I want to make a little bit of extra money, I can make it by doing or using that skill. So yes, I'm definitely going to keep up with the latest trends, or, you know, the newest products that melt lace. I'm going to keep up with everything and again, sharpen my skills. Wrapping back to the beginning of the video, I asked you guys a question. So can you confidently say you are second to none? Or do you have a few more fears and doubts to overcome and some nurturing to that potential that you need to do so that you can without a doubt know that your skill set is always going to place you first, not second, but first. And you can place a max bet on yourself to back it up. So that brings us to the end of our video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want you guys to drop a comment down below and tell me what you think of this video. And I want you to be honest and share if you are willing to share. Have you learned to place that max bet on yourself? Have you bet on yourself in your life? And if you haven't, why? Don't allow yourself to be hindered anymore. Don't allow anything to block you anymore from going after everything that you desire. And like I said, it doesn't have to be material. Maybe you just desire really transforming your life. Even something as simple as that. Go for it. Go in on it. Like with everything that you have. I've been responding to a lot of comments here recently, which by the way, y'all, I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have been showing me so much love in those comments, just the subscribes and the likes, like everything. I appreciate it so much. Literally every single person here that has been here, I appreciate you guys so much. But what I've been replying here recently about that 6 months video that I posted about creating the tactical plan, some of the comments I've been like, bet on yourself. Like, you have 6 months. Go 100,000,000% in on yourself. So that is what actually prompted me to do this video, because I wanted to talk about how you can learn to place those max bets. So I really hope and pray, I hate saying hope, I hate saying hope. I pray that you received something from this video that can encourage you to start placing the bet on yourself so that you can really just, show the world what you got, baby. Y'all know I like to have fun. But anyway, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next video.